Welcome to the Busy Girl's Guide to the Bible podcast. I'm Andrea, and this podcast is my own ramblings and lessons that I have learned in trying to balance being a Christian, a wife, a mom, a writer, a business owner, a photographer, a blogger, a friend, a daughter, a sister, and the 1 million other things that make me me. What I want so badly is to teach other women that the Bible doesn't have to be confusing or frustrating or even over your head. I want to teach you the ways that I have learned to carve out time, not only to get into the Bible, but to apply it, make sense of it, and get practical takeaways in everyday life. Hey guys, welcome back to the Busy Girl's Guide to the Bible podcast. I'm so excited to bring you season 2 with all these super awesome women. And this week I have my friend Kat here, and she's gonna talk about her super cool job and the super cool thing that she's doing right now.
I do have a super fun job.
You do? I know.
I love my job.
Okay, so tell us what you do.
So I'm a therapist.
Okay.
Or everybody always asks me, like, a massage therapist? Nope, I'm a counselor. So I always feel like I have to remember to say that instead. But I do trauma work, and I specialize in anxiety.
Hey-o!
I know! I was so excited when I first started listening to your podcast. I was like, yes, somebody is normalizing this. It's so great.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about the anxiety society.
Holy cow. I never experienced it until after I had my kids. I had postpartum anxiety. I did not know it was a thing. I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, welcome.
It was insane. I was like, I have coping skills. What are those coping skills? I went to school for this.
Brown paper bag. Xanax.
Oh I'm not going to randomly trip down the stairs and kill my child. It's just so awful. Oh, it was awful. So, anyway.
But everybody has those weird little things that you think.
Yeah.
Right after you have a baby, you're like, oh, these are... But then you realize, they're indestructible.
True.
Mostly.
Well, so I've had one panic attack in my life, and it was when my daughter was 4 days old. Aww. And all I could think about was when she would go off to kindergarten and I wouldn't be able to protect her.
Oh my gosh.
God was like, Kat,
it's going to be all right.
I have her. I love her more than you. I was like, okay, that's true. He's got her.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
It's so terrifying.
It is.
You're responsible for keeping them alive.
I know. Why would you do that to somebody?
I don't know.
Give that responsibility.
I don't know. It's creepy.
So I specialize in anxiety, and I'm getting ready to be trained in specializing in insomnia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It is. So it's cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. It's the #1 treatment for insomnia.
I did not know that. I just figured it was stress. I mean, is it stress?
Not really. It's usually more anxiety related. And
whoa, I did not know
like
that. What a trip. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, learning so much.
Oh, I'm super excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I don't have insomnia, but if I wanted to sleep deeper, would it change anything?
So I'm going to totally botch this explanation,
okay,
but
cool.
we have these two states.
Talk to me like I'm 5.
I don't know if I can talk to you in that language. So there's a homeostatic state and then another state that I can't remember. So the homeostatic state pushes us to and the circadian rhythm. So they work together. Homeostatic
I know those words.
Is I know these are big words. I barely know what
I've heard them before.
So the homeostatic state. So when you wake up, you start getting sleepy. And so that sleepiness, they describe it like a balloon. So all day you're blowing sleepiness into this balloon. So it's your sleepy balloon. And the bigger and more taut it gets, the sleepier you are and the better you sleep at night.
Oh, okay.
So it competes with the circadian rhythm.
That was a great explanation.
I know.
I feel like my kids would get that. They'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I get that.
I'm all about breaking things down Barney style.
That's great. No, I don't know. Talk to me like you're on Sesame Street.
Oh my gosh, seriously. But that's super rudimentary. So, but if you make sure you don't nap, because napping deflates the balloon. And so you have to really watch that.
Yes.
So that you can go.
I always say that. My husband is like, you should go take a nap. But I'm like, no.
No.
I won't sleep.
You're not supposed to.
Okay, well, see, I'm smarter than he is.
Yeah. So. Unless it's a safety issue. That's it.
No, it's just a grumpy issue.
I know. Seriously.
He's just like, please take a nap.
At what age do the kids stop waking up multiple times at night?
I'll let you know when we get there.
Well, our oldest kids are the same age, so.
Yeah, and Maddie's okay.
Emma's better.
The boys.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, okay.
Sorry.
So do you ever like call yourself a shrink? Can I call you a shrink?
You can call I think so. I looked it up once because I was curious if I was one because I was like, ooh, a shrink.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
but
okay.
supposedly it's a psychologist instead of a therapist, like a counselor. But the thing is, a psychologist usually do like assessments and that kind of thing more than. I mean, they do counseling, but they are really more focused on that. So I probably would be a shrink. Okay. I always like looked up to on not the Godfather. The Sopranos, when she got to be Tony Soprano's shrink, I was like, I want to do that.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I mean, what a job though. That'd be dope.
I know. It'd be so cool. But I do love my job. I love being able to connect people's hearts to God's hearts in a session and invite him into the process. And I get to do that a lot since I work at a faith-based like place. And so that's when I really get to see God meet and like do these miraculous, amazing healings for the people that I work with.
That's
and
really
it's, like,
cool.
Such a privilege to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much.
So what does a typical session look like? You work with mostly kids, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, she doesn't work with kids, guys.
No kids. I can't handle child
adults?
trauma.
I mean, no.
I just can't. There have been times even when I worked with like adults working through their trauma, like afterwards I'll go to my office manager's office and cry just to kind of let it go, because it's just you carry that stuff and you really have to learn to separate.
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like a fart.
It wasn't me.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't me either.
I would totally own up to that. Must be our. It must be our kids.
It must be.
You just hear like random loud noises. It's children.
They're boys and girls. They're both.
We accidentally let a fart out.
Oh, that sounded like something though.
Yeah, something's definitely falling up there.
There's no crying. They're fine.
Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so you work with adults.
Oh yeah, so I work with teenagers and adults.
Okay, so what does a session look like? Like, do people like specifically come to you for anxiety, or like are you like randomly like assigned to people?
So I get a lot of people that request me. I work with a local anti-trafficking organization.
Oh my gosh,
so my goal is to really work with sex trafficking survivors, and I've worked with some, and I work with a lot of domestic violence stuff, which is really interesting. And so typically like that first session is just getting to know them and them getting to know me. I am really like, I don't know my Enneagram. I come up with a different number every single time.
Really?
I do. It's insane. It depends on the kind of day I'm having.
I was going to say, it can depend on like time of the month. It can depend on the season in life.
Yeah.
Season of life that you're in, like all of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you've been like just an array of them?
I've gotten 8.
Okay.
3, 4, and 7.
Okay. Oh my gosh. 4 and 7 are opposite, which is what my husband and I are. That's hilarious.
I just can't end on one. I don't know. I've been told I'm an 8 by other people, but
okay.
I'm not sure. So anyway, but I'm pretty type A. And so like, just say that because I don't know.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that. So I'm really solution focused and like really pragmatic. So I don't really love like 3 years of talk therapy.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see people have coping skills and get healthy as soon as possible.
That's awesome.
Like I heard the phrase "put yourself out of business," and that's really my goal, is to see people healthy. So
oh, I like that.
That they're not needing me.
That's
anymore.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So definitely about empowering and loving people.
That's awesome. So when you sit down with somebody, what's the first thing you do? Or is it different with everybody?
It depends on if I've talked to them on the phone but like typically if it's a first session, I have paperwork I have to go over. But usually I'm just asking them what brought them in, because usually it's a crisis moment where they realize, oh my gosh, I need to be in here.
Gotcha.
Or they've been referred to me for, like, I have a church that refers a lot of trauma cases to me. which is super cool because we've seen such great like growth. But so then we can kind of go into the trauma, but pretty much we go directly into their story and kind of set a game plan, because I like to have a plan and stick to it if possible, which is not possible, because all kinds of things come up. But so I do the trauma therapy I do is called EMDR, eye movement sensation reprocessing.
I love it.
Like
it's
sci-fi-ish.
I know, it's the best. I did it. I was in therapy for like 2 years after Maddie was born, and then we did EMDR, and it was amazing.
It's like processing through trauma and anxiety on speed. Like, it goes
it's
so
intense.
Fast. It is.
Yeah,
but it works.
But it also feels like I remember when we did it, and it felt like it was going. Like once it was over, I was like, that was like 5 minutes, right? It's like, no, it's been 2 hours. I was like, oh my gosh.
But it's like, it's so intense.
It is.
It's so exhausting.
It's like getting in there, and like digging stuff out. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Yeah. And then when you introduce Jesus into that.
Yes, I had a Christian therapist, and it was
oh my gosh,
awesome. Yeah, she's awesome.
It's so cool.
She's the best.
Love it. That's good.
So then, where are you going with all of this? Like, what do you want to do? I think you might be writing a book.
Vision. I am writing a book.
You are
in the process of researching for a different one that I don't think I told you about.
No, you didn't.
And oh
my gosh, it's so funny. I have like 5 starts to books, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like get back to that.
Oh my god. Well, so we know how hard girls can be.
What do you mean?
They're emotional creatures, and I feel like this 8-year-old age is so hard.
G.
It's stop
special.
Arguing. Yes.
It's precious, and it makes me want to scream into a pillow.
All of those things. All of those things. So like 2 years ago, I'm like picking up the dog poopy, right, in our backyard. And I'm like, God.
As you do.
Like, so God talks to me when I'm doing chores. And so I'm like doing this, and I'm like, Lord, this is so frustrating. Why would you give me a kid to raise without instructions? I don't understand why you would give this to me.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with her. And he spoke to me, and he was like, Catherine, I want you to read the Bible like with the bias that you're looking at me as a parent and how I interact with my children.
Oh, yeah.
I've only gotten to Noah in 2 years. It's so rich and so insane just how safe and relational God is.
Yeah,
and actually
that's
where this book that I'm currently getting ready to finish is coming out of, is as I'm beginning to realize how safe he is. So actually this book came out of that, like exploring who God is as a parent, and that safety, and really kind of learning who I am for myself and embracing who I am, because like my whole life I've wanted to be an extrovert. Desperately trying to do that.
It's exhausting being an extrovert.
It is exhausting trying to be an extrovert.
Don't try. Just embrace the quiet.
I'm totally happy with my introvertedness now.
Good.
I figured it out. And that's part of my journey with this book. So the book is about identity. And since I just said I'm like super pragmatic and like, let's fix it. It has all kinds of stuff in there on how to identify, like when we're
practical application.
Yes,
I love that. That's my favorite.
I hate books on theory. Like, tell me what to do about it.
Totally.
Don't just tell me the problem.
Give me 3 steps to follow, and like I got it. I'm cool. I can do it.
Oh, it's so nice. So actually, that's what this book is about, like recognizing the identity that we engage in, like our inner dialogue, and what are we telling ourselves. So like with this book, a couple weeks ago, I started looking at publishing and, do you do self-publish? Do you do traditional publishing? And holy cow, it's
a lot.
Pandora's box right there.
It is. It is.
I got so overwhelmed, I just quit. And this is a book that I stayed up for like 2 hours writing pages back to back. Like God just like downloaded it. I'm like, okay, we're going to shelve this.
Handwriting?
Yes.
You're bonkers.
Oh my gosh. Well, my laptop was at work.
Oh,
I had to type on.
No, I get it. Like when that inspiration comes, you're just like, well, you gotta write.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, so, but it was that, oh, you can't do this. This is too much. You don't have time for this. Work is too stressful. The businessy side of it, not the people side of it. And it was just too much. And so, but it's so ironic, right? Because my book is about, like, am I engaging with my inner dialogue? Mm-hmm. Am I saying, no, I'm not going to engage with you? So we have that point where you know, as women, I think a lot of us believe that we're failures in some way.
Uh-huh.
Because the world really likes to just, like, pound that in, right?
Especially as a mom, like, you're just like, I think your kids, like, reiterate that. Like, hey, just so you know, you are failing as a mother.
Pretty much, right?
You're such a disappointment to me.
I do have my phone on me.
Oh, my gosh. You're so funny. It's okay.
It's right there. Where was I?
Before your butt was buzzing?
Yeah.
How kids are mean.
Oh, yeah.
And they make you feel like a crappy mom.
Right, yeah. So, like, how easy is it to go out and look at all the tabloids and all the, like, Facebook posts of these Pinterest moms and all their magic stuff that they do? I wish I could be a Pinterest mom. I don't have time for that. I don't know anybody that does. It's insane.
I don't think I'm nice enough to be a Pinterest mom. Like, I feel like they're like June Cleaver.
Seriously.
Like, they're so nice and, like...
Yeah.
I'm not.
I try to be nice.
I try to be nice,
I try to be more blunt.
But I come home, like, from working all day, and I walked in and I was like, literally everything, it's like an explosion. And I'm
my
like,
gosh.
for real? For real.
Seriously. We have these floors in our house. If you just walk on it, it's filthy. I sweep that thing.
Oh, that's how ours are, because they're really dark.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It makes me crazy.
It's the worst. Anyway.
It's awful. Okay, so,
getting back on track.
Yeah. So we engage, so the thought pops up in our head, right? I'm a failure. So you have a choice because we don't choose what thoughts pop up in our head, right?
Right.
So, but we do have a choice to claim that thought as our own and say, yep, I'm a failure. I didn't get the kids packed a healthy lunch. My
Definitely not.
daughter went to school in shorts and it's snowing out.
100%. That's me.
And she's got flip-flops on. This has happened in real life.
Same. Because Maddie is like, I'm always hot. Like, I sweat all the time. And I'm like, girl.
That's what Emma says.
But I don't want CPS calling because you don't have a coat or lunch. Like, I'm so sorry.
But at some point, when did they take responsibility for saying, oh, well, it's cold and it's my fault?
I mean, now, right? Like,
I did that to her in 5th grade. Or in kindergarten, I mean.
Fifth grade. I was like, oh my gosh.
She's not gifted. Not in that way. That's really awful.
Yeah, whatever. She's not going to hear this.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, we were in kindergarten and she didn't have a coat on. I told her she needed one. And so she's like snuggling up to me and there's like parents all around. Nope. And I looked at her and I said, no, you chose not to wear a coat, so you're going to be cold. And all these parents just looked at me. And then they kind of paused like, what did she just say? And then I got all these like, oh yeah, you're a good mama. Like looks from all the parents and all the kids are like, oh
my gosh, you're a monster.
She wears a coat now though.
I bet she does.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to learn the hard way.
You do. It's totally true. So, anyway, so you have all that proof, right? So when you engage and say, that is my thought, and I'm going to choose to take that thought on, now we go down, I call it the unholy rabbit trail. Like, cute. Or kind of, it's more of a rabbit hole. So, and it's like this, the world seeks to destroy us and kill us, and that's not just physically, it's in every way possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
To squash us down. And so when we engage in that world identity of I'm a failure, there's so much shame and there's so much guilt and condemnation, and there's no grace and love. God is not in condemnation. He, like, conviction brings freedom.
Right.
And so so we get under this heavy burden, and then that leads to so many, it can lead to so many things, anxiety and depression and hopelessness and a myriad of issues, which Absolutely. I'm not saying all mental health issues are like based on our thoughts, but we can change a lot of things that can encourage that, because some of that's totally physiological and
absolutely.
So I don't want to discount that, and so this book is about identifying your inner dialogue and working on not engaging in it. So Abby Stoomvall, you remember her?
Oh, yeah.
I love her. She's amazing.
She's awesome.
She has a YouTube video. It's called Renewing Your Mind. And I showed
Yes.
Have you seen it?
You sent it to me.
I did. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. She demonstrates this so well with her snow. So like carving a path in the snow. So you actually, when you like engage in the rabbit hole, you actually form that wrinkle in your brain. It's a neural pathway.
Okay.
And so when you start to choose to go to what she calls it abundant life, and you say to I'm a failure, say no, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm a daughter of the King. I'm Jesus' friends. I'm redeemed. I'm forgiven. You know, all the things like Ephesians 2:10 is my favorite. We're God's masterpiece. Mm-hmm. And if we begin to say no to the I'm not a failure, I am God's masterpiece and he has a purpose for me, and we begin to walk down that abundant life path, we actually create a new wrinkle in our brain.
Oh, that's awesome.
It physically creates it.
Whoa, that is cool. Such a trip.
Yeah.
I honestly have never heard that before.
It's super cool. The brain is amazing.
I mean, it truly is.
I know.
I've just never heard that before. That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because of everything that you do, is that where this book came from? Like it just inspired that?
I think a little bit. So that video by Abby kind of really inspired, like kind of helped me put that into words. Because really we're talking about cognitive behavioral therapy. Mm-hmm. Like that's what it is. It's CBT. But Dr. Carolyn Leaf, have you heard of her?
You've told me about her.
Oh my gosh. She's such a brainy woman. She's like, talking about badass.
That's awesome.
But she has some books that really kind of talk about claiming those thoughts and everything. And so they kind of give me like a voice to what I've been learning. But honestly, the change in myself, like to be able to let go.
I'm just going to punch the microphone really fast.
To be able to let go of my insecurities and to like walk in the confidence of who I am. Like even when I disobey, which I did the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank God for God's grace. This was really terrible. That
happened the other day to me. I didn't have a consequence of it, but I remembered, I don't know, a million people have said this before, so I couldn't even pinpoint who exactly it was, but I felt like God told me something, and I was like, I'm just going to like play this out and like see where it goes. And immediately I had this thought of delayed obedience is disobedience. And I was like, son of a nutcracker.
Dang it. Yeah, don't you hate that?
Yes, it's annoying.
I was doing a devotional for work the other day and God told me to share a part of my book that's actually really, really raw. It's part of my testimony, and I didn't actually realize how raw it was until I started sharing it. But I knew I didn't know that it was going to be that way, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Because so God and I kind of argue with him a lot. No,
yeah, absolutely.
That's where my daughter must get it. But I was like, I don't want to do it, God. He's like, but there's a purpose for this. And so I've been walking in the season of obedience without knowing why.
Totally.
And so God's really been calling me to that. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. So I'm like my daughter, I like stomp into like staff meeting and I'm like, I don't want to do this, but God told me to. And by the end I'm bawling like a baby and saying, see God, this is why I didn't want to do it.
And he's going, see Kat, this is why I wanted you to do it.
He did. And he actually, it was like immediate, like, this is why. And it was something we really needed.
Yeah.
And the staff needed to hear. And I was like, oh, fine. Oh, it's so frustrating. But like knowing who I am and being able to embrace how God's made me. And that's part of in this book too, is just like learning to embrace myself as an introvert and see the strength in that.
Yes,
and
that's so good.
How I like thrive in that the best and how I reach people better when I embrace that really has given me like this confidence. And there's so much like, if I disobey, it's not my intention, but if it happens, God's so gentle and safe and gracious with it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, I'm safe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I do talk about that because not everybody can see God as safe. And that's one of the things that when I do talk to like Christians who do EMDR and stuff like that, I'm like, before we bring Jesus into this, is he safe for you?
Wow, yeah.
Is God safe for you?
That's how, have you ever done a sozo?
No, but I think I do them on a regular basis.
Right, it's really similar, but the same thing. Like, you kind of see how you relate to God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And so many people have like issues with one or more.
Yeah. So there's what? Father, God, and then like Jesus is like friends, and then Holy Spirit's like mom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
We actually incorporate some of that into
So it's interesting that that you do that as well, because most people have like something that's a hang up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It's so true. And most of the people in my office at Light of the Rockies are Christian, and they are really like they've done deliverance ministries, and they just know that stuff. And so it naturally kind of incorporates itself into
absolutely.
what we do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So when is this book going to be done?
That is the $1 million question. It was supposed to be done in March.
Okay, well, it's only April.
I know, right?
It's only the end of April.
So I'm hoping. I don't want to announce this because then I actually have to do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should do. Pastor Jonathan said that like a couple weeks ago, and someone else said something on Facebook the other day, and I was like, Jonathan said that when you like put it out there for the world to see, like
it has to get done.
It gets done. Like you go and do it.
So my original plan was that it would be published by June.
Okay.
I can't hear anything. I mean, I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're so loud.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's my kid.
Might not be. So I think that I would like to have the first draft done by June.
Awesome.
And then in the fall, I'd like to publish it.
Awesome.
And I want to do what you did. I want to find a fun little venue.
Oh my gosh,
to do a book signing.
That was so much fun.
It would be so much fun.
It was really awkward because I read that first chapter. But they want you to.
Hard.
Like, people want you to read a little portion of it.
How do you get through with it? Like, through it without crying?
I didn't. So I don't know.
Good to know. Yeah, that's good to know.
No, you should. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm working on building my audience on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, so you need to, I want to put in the show notes like how we can follow you and like
awesome.
where we're going with all of that. So
because I post like snippets of my book, like just different like principles,
that's cool, yeah.
like on there.
Right.
And I'm gonna try and interact more. Like again, I'm an introvert. Like this is.
I know.
It's so hard.
I did like a 2-month introverted thing. Like I didn't want to be on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I just was like over it.
Yeah.
And then people were like, "Are you alive?" I was like, "Oh, sorry." Just
Sometimes
needed a minute.
Need a break. Yeah. Well, I had to like, and I talk about boundaries in here too, but part of my boundaries is like, I don't follow news outlets because, oh my goodness.
No, because it's so upsetting.
It is.
No.
I used to follow all these anti-trafficking organizations, and I can't.
Oh, gosh.
I don't do it anymore.
No.
I used to watch Criminal Minds, and I loved
Heck
it.
yeah.
And I
Criminal Minds
cannot
is the
watch
bomb.
it.
Oh.
I can't do it. All that stuff's too real. I can't.
It is, but I'm also a true crime junkie.
I know you are, and I'm like, give me Psych. Have you seen that show?
No, but everyone tells me to watch it.
You would love it. It's
oh my
amazing.
gosh, that's hilarious.
It's so
You're like
good.
a 5th person to tell me that.
So, like, it's supposed to happen.
Obviously, I'm just not listening to you guys.
Holy cow, it's so funny. It's so
Cuts
funny.
into all my true crime.
It's crime.
Oh!
It is. You didn't know that?
No!
They're detectives. So Sean is the main
praise the
character,
Lord.
and he's like a psychic detective, quote unquote psychic detective.
Okay.
I forgot I had to like, nobody sees me.
Air quotes. Did you guys hear the air quotes?
Yeah. Yeah. But he's not really psychic. He's just super observant. So he has to hold this like psychic like persona the whole time, and he's hilarious.
Oh.
My husband and I have a Friday night psych night. So the kids go to bed, and we watch 2 episodes of Psych before we go to bed. That's our
that's
date
so
night.
fun.
It's like a blast.
I love that.
Yeah. It's no Bachelor or Bachelorette, but it's pretty good.
Not everything can be.
I know. I never got that. No.
You know, it's just trashy television that I really enjoy.
See, I like trashy books.
Oh, wow.
Not like erotic trashy, but just like...
I mean, that's cool if that's your thing, but...
No. I just wanted to clarify. I'm not reading book porn. It's not my thing.
Oh,
but
my
like, give me like shifter books.
Okay. See, there you go.
Like that. See, those are my
You gotta have those
guilty
little...
pleasure.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for inviting me.
It was so fun.
It was such a blast.
You're
and
like
I was,
so smart.
oh my gosh. Aw, thanks.
I was like, she's way smarter than me. I'm going to sound like such a dummy.
No. Oh my gosh, no. I don't feel smart most of the time.
Oh my gosh, you should.
Oh, thanks. I'll
Awesome.
work on it.
Okay, there you go.
Stop
Just
listening
embrace
to
that. Exactly. Read your own freaking book.
I do all the time, and then I keep adding to it.
I mean, my husband reminds me of that all the time. He's like, didn't you talk about like who you are in Christ? Like, haven't you written something about that? And I'm like, okay, shut up.
Do you know that I won one of your book, and you never gave it to me?
What? Oh, I have some in the other room. You did?
It's like your first giveaway.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I didn't even know
well, cool.
you. I had never even met you.
Well, cool. This is great.
So I want to read it.
Oh my gosh.
Just have
what a
never
dork.
got
Oh my
around
gosh.
to it.
And what's the title?
I don't have one. Oh my gosh.
You changed it.
I did.
You turd.
I know. It was going to be redefined. And then I was like, oh my gosh.
But who cares?
What a jerk.
No.
Andrea's got.
No, I don't care.
But I don't know if that, it doesn't feel right.
Oh, I get that.
So, we'll see.
That's how I was with the first study. I honestly, like, you can go in my journal, and you can't, but in my journal, there's like 2 solid pages where I just wrote these words that I felt like could have worked. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay, God, like, highlight something here because I got nothing.
I know.
And so but it took a minute. It wasn't like immediately I was like, oh, is this going to be called abide? It didn't, like, at first I was like, I don't really like that.
I love how simple it is.
I do too. Like, then I got to the point where I was like, that was like, I have a fat tongue. Yeah, like, once I got it, I was like, okay, I really like that, like the meaning behind it and whatever. But no, I get it.
So good.
I totally get it.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to put all of your information in the show notes so that people can follow you. And you have to give me like an awkward picture or something to put in the group. I've been like posting my girlfriend from junior high.
I saw that. I'll see if I have one. I have all my pictures growing up.
I mean, you can also do a professional one.
I don't have any professional pictures.
What?
I know.
You are a professional.
I know.
And you know like a million photographers.
I know. I know. But like, I'm falling into that like, well, I could just get a tripod and take my own picture. Or just have Jake take a picture and like, I could edit it.
Oh my gosh, I can take one in like 5 seconds.
I know, but I want to do a whole photo shoot. I have this really cute like gray and white striped dress with a red belt, and I think it'd be so cute. And like in an urban setting, I don't know. I have a whole vision for it. I just need to like budget the money for.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. I'm so excited we get to talk about this. It's super fun. And yeah, guys, check back next week for another super fun interview. Yeah, thanks again. Who's doing it? I don't know. I'm like so curious. I'm doing a lot of phone interviews.
Ooh, fun.
Which is super new. And like my girlfriend, we did it the other day, and it was a train wreck. It was awesome. Like I was like, awesome. This is such a mess. We sound like such morons, but it was super fun. So
that's what I like about your podcast.
And that I'm a mess.
That they're fun. Like they're just conversations. I love that.
Yeah.
They're relatable.
I mean, like the first one I ever did, my husband was like, you sound too like professional. I'm like, well, that's not me.
Is that the one you posted? Because I don't remember that.
The very first one.
I have to go back and
listen to it. He was like, it's too scripted. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I can riff.
Yeah, you can. So I'll find a picture. I used to perm my hair all the time.
Yes!
I'll find it.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Poodle.
Hot.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we all had perms. We didn't know what we were doing.
Hair. I would still perm my hair.
My sister has like naturally like ringlets and has it straightened or had it. I don't know if she still does that, but when she was a kid, she had hair like that. And I, of course, was like, I don't have that. I want it.
For real.
And then I got a frizzy perm.
That's
not the same. It's not the same.
It is not the same. They call it spiral perms, but they are.
But that's
not
a lie.
It's just
from
poodle.
the pit of hell.
It is.
Okay.
All right.
This is awesome. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Check back next week. Thanks for listening.